So I'm 20 minutes into a search for native cultures around the world and on Audible. And um, so first of all, I'm not sure what to call native cultures because, what I'm interested in is differences between older cultures around the world and American culture. And Audible has a very weak search kind of intuition. So if I do differences between Western and native cultures, there's no results. So it makes anything practical and useful hard to search for. So if we go to native cultures, if there's an in-depth learning about native cultures, then it's going to be, I can do my own comparison. But America is not the primary source of native cultures around the world. So what's wrong with this search? Now, they are native, so do I have to do indigenous? Like, I'm thinking out loud here, and it does help to talk. Indigenous cultures.
But the borderland remained a bramble on every level.
So, this is nice. Now, I'm running into another result, which is that it's not telling me from this, is this fiction or is it fact? Now, it's also not telling me the date. Like, it'd be nice to know when this was written, not when it was put on Audible, but when it was written. So I can't find that out. I was getting a lot of searches in the 1 hour and stuff, because why I'm searching for this is I looked on this on YouTube, and there's just 45-minute documentary after another on hunting. And I'm not interested in blowpipes. I'm interested in the belief systems, and I'm interested in, and there again we're stuck, because I could say belief systems of indigenous culture, but that's too much of, that's too much for Audible. It's probably not too much for Google, so I could maybe find my way into Audible from Google if I search so I'm really interested in the views of family and relationships. And, Western people seem to be very fascinated by techniques of hunting animals. I think everyone knows, that indigenous people are brilliant at hunting animals, but so I guess this is Canadian, but I'm interested in worldwide. Got a bunch of ads. That's not very good. Or maybe this. Yeah, it's not clear. Yeah, it's difficult. So, Amazon has a much more intuitive search, you know, thing than Audible does. But let's just kind of complete this thought. So I realized that, since there's lots of superficial things and I've watched lots of superficial things, I'm not really interested in anything that's less than 4 hours. But if it's 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours, even better, 30 hours, that would be great. But look at how Audible's organizing this. So now let's check this out. So there isn't a 4-hour selection, so I guess I'd have to include 3 hours. And I guess it's not saying, I guess this is fine since they're allowing multiple things. But when I first saw this, I thought I had to pick one or the other. So it could say check all that apply. Now, if there's something that's 30 hours, is it going to be blocked out of this? So, I just want something over 4 hours. Now, I'm not sure why audiobook has to be a format, since that's the only one in there. But here's what I want to know. Which of these are fiction? Like, there's all these categories. How do you tell what's the category? Right? So I'm not entirely sure how this is an indigenous culture. Like, I'm particularly interested in relationship practices. Like, sibling characteristics, things like that. And if I pick one of these, see, biographies and memoirs seem to have to be about the person. I don't want to limit to that. I'm not interested in business and careers. You could say history, but where's the culture in all this category? Like, I'm particularly interested in how cultures around the world chose partners, and how many of, and what percentage of those partners end in divorce, or what was the basis of staying together as a couple and things like that. That would be interesting. I'm not seeing where that would be in here. Politics and social sciences. So it's also, see, this one is not, anthropology. Or say, like, if I pick anthropology, are you saying I can't pick sociology, right? So where's my multiple choice thing? But what I really want in here is fiction and nonfiction. That's enough to filter through the fiction and nonfiction is enough.
But the borderland remained a bramble on every level. I was tired of the tension, the confusion, and the mean-spirited statements from my peers about drunken Indians. I applied to Princeton University on a whim and surprised everyone, from my peers to my parents, and especially myself, when I got in. I'd found a way out, or so I had thought. At college, I was looking forward to a breath of fresh air and a break from the borderland of my youth, as much as I was to the challenges of a new stage of life. In those years remain some of my most treasured. But I still had a profoundly well-educated Princetonian ask me, "Where is your tomahawk?" Another time, a woman approached me in the college gymnasium and exclaimed, "You have the most beautiful red skin." I was too shocked to respond.
So, like, I'm not at all clear that this is going to tell me about traditions, even of, this particular tribe, but let alone, like, Joseph Campbell is a great presenter, but those, titles are relatively small. And where is Joseph Campbell in showing up in this? So what I'm left with is a frustration of knowing that the books that I want are available, and I can spend an endless amount of time not finding them on Audible because there's no intuition in the search. And it's a pity. And why does Indigenous leave out, like, and for example, in Indigenous, I mean, what do I have to do to get Audible to recognize the search? So if I go native cultures in the Amazon, no result. See, why do we have no results? Cultures in the Amazon, Amazon culture. Are we going to get bullshit on the business? Like, this is very, very frustrating. Trying to figure out basically what tiny little word will fit into Audible search when Google can respond to all of these intuitively. Why is Audible refusing to use Google, basically, is one way to ask it.